let's get to another point that I haven't talked a lot about is Bruiser Brody.
Yeah.
How long had Brody been coming into Puerto Rico before that happened with Invader?
I remember was the first time I see Brody here in Puerto Rico was on one of the shows, one of the big stadium, and I was doing the security. I still doing security. So that mean that was 80.
He was killed in 88.
88, yeah. This is don't took me too long. How long exactly, to be honest? But that was 88. This, I believe, was 85.
What year did you start?
85. I mean, in business, 80, yeah, late 85, 86. Yes.
But you saw him before in Puerto Rico when you were doing security.
I was doing security, yeah. I remember he was in Pepín Cestero de Bayamón, and he come with his gimmick. Was nobody in that building. It was TV, was television. But the building was too big, you know, it was empty place, to be honest. And he come out with his gimmick, and he jumped on the table. I was next to him. I was everywhere he run. I was next to him, guarding, you know, just in case. Then what? I don't know how many months later, I was inside the ring doing. I don't think it was too many months, but yeah, I was right there. Then, you know, when I look to the side, he's next to me changing the clothes too. So I'm like, what the heck is that? You know, this is a part of my story. But yes, Frank come to Puerto Rico, and like always, I love his gimmick. I got top 5, and of course Frank, not because he passed. He's I pick him up like one of my favorite. No, he was soon he arrived in Puerto Rico. I like the gimmick. I like the way the big kicks that he throw, because I was doing martial arts, and I like it. And but yes, Frank was big. You know, he left his touch on me. I remember Dutch. I remember one time the office called me to pick up the guys. Hey, can you pick up Abdullah? I was a heel in hotel. And in this day, they said, can you pick up Brody? I said, yes. You know, so I was living in Vega Baja. This is about 45 minutes from the airport. So, and they stay in that area. So I went to pick up Frank, and we went to Ponce. So in my broken English, here, there, we talking, la, 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 whatever. And then way back, you know, we talking, and he said, T, listen to me. He said, you have good talent. If you have the opportunity to go to the States, go. And I'm like, I'm in shock, digesting what he's just said to me. I'm like, okay. He said, go, you got good talent. Don't stay here. You know, go out. So I'm like, all right, you know. And I already visited Japan. So when he told me, I'm like, okay, let's open my brain a little bit more. And this shit happened. And I was thinking, well, he could be the man to help me. He saw something in me, you know, with his knowledge. He could help me, you know, go out. And boom, 88, the man is gone.
You still remember that night, correct?
Fuck, like it was fucking yesterday, man.
No kidding.
Shit. So, I mean, it's impossible to forget something that shocked you, and you still shock of what happened, especially when the person the person or the persons the incident happened is close to you or friends to you, and all of a sudden this shit happened. It's like, what the heck, you know? And of course, still shock me, man. Yeah.
See, I tell the story that on that night I rode to, it was in Bayamón Stadium in Bayamón.
Yeah,
I rode from, I was staying in a same hotel as Brody. So we rode together with Tony Atlas, I think. We all rode together to the matches. And some guy took us.
The Youngbloods was there too.
You know, the Youngbloods were there. Miguel Perez was there.
Yeah.
But I remember
when the incident happened, was of course Frank from the States was Frank, was you, was the Youngbloods, Inverter 2 was there too, and me, Carlos and Jovica and Jose. Atlas were there. That's the only people there when this shit happened.
When I walked into that dressing room that night, I had something like I had a warning system. Something is not right, because I felt tension in the air. Yeah. Something wasn't right. I don't know how to explain it. Mm-hmm. And I went and sat down on a bench in the back with Brody, and it was just like, I'm going like, damn, what is this? Telling it back now, they're saying, no, but something wasn't right.
Let me interrupt you for a second, right away. I know what you're talking about, because I don't know why. Don't ask me why. But when Jose called Brody and they went to the showers, I went to the bathroom area, the sinks in this area, the showers was on the other side. And when I hear the first who, I was thinking, I don't know why. I don't know how to explain. I was thinking that Brody was beating Jose. Mm-hmm. For some reason. Why I have to think of that? You know? And that's when I hear everybody running, boom, I run to the other side, but go ahead.
Well, anyway, I felt such a tension in the air. I said, I got to get out of here. So I got up and walked, and it's a small locker room. I walked to the door, down the little
to the dugout
area. But I walked through a little tunnel, and I sat out there for maybe not long, less than 5 minutes. And I went back through that little tunnel, going back to the dressing room, and I still had that tension all over me. And I heard now all this commotion coming from the dressing room. Oh, I said, what the hell was going on in there? So I got there, and there was guys, trying to go out that little door and up some steps. And somebody said, Jose got stabbed. Jose stabbed Brody. I said, Jose who? Jose, because everybody in Puerto Rico, it's like John. Everybody's kind of named Jose. I said, what are you talking about? They said, Invader stabbed Brody. Listen, when you hear that, it doesn't register. Oh. Wait a minute. No, and I go in, and there's Brody stretched out on the dressing room floor, and he had a cut from here, and I think I've explained it here before, and it looked serious. So,
well, the cut was in the stomach. I remember,
and he had one up here in his chest too.
Well, but the one that I see was here in the stomach, and I remember Dr. Gonzalez tell him to lay down, because when he coming out of the shower, I coming out with him. So when I coming out, he's grabbing his stomach over here, and he was going to the same tunnel that you coming out. He was walking through as a human, he's looking for be free of that.
Yeah. He's trying to get out of the dressing room.
Yeah. So when he get out of the shower, he walked straight to the dugout, and I say to him, no, that way, that's the ring area. So he turned around. That's when Dr. Gonzalez said, come on, lay down. So put it right there in the dressing room. So I run out with Chris Youngblood, rest in peace. And always I come with the mask on, because I was painting my face, and I have this trunk on, and I run out of the dressing room like a crazy to knock in the door of the office, and I almost took that door down. Nobody there, so I start running to the front of the building, the stadium, and here come the manager of the building, and I say, need to call the ambulance now. We have somebody to stop somebody here, blah 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 blah. And he's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I say, call them. I was hot. Call the motherfucker ambulance. So the guy went to the office and start calling the ambulance. What happened here by that time, 88, 85, still we have now, but we don't have the 911 here. Wasn't no 911.
You didn't have it there then?
No, by that time, no.
I didn't know that.
No, 911, nothing of that. You have to call 787, blah, whatever. So next door is a Ruben Rodriguez Coliseum, and was Menudo. Menudo was there, one of the singer group
rock,
and that in Spanish, and that was sold out. That was sold out, and they have ambulance and they have whatever there, whatever. So what happened here is the ambulance took I say like 45 minutes, maybe more. I don't know the time of
a long time.
Yeah, it took a lot. So what happened here is after I talked to the man, he started calling the ambulance. I went back to the dressing room. When I'm there, Brody's laying down. Dr. Gonzalez is talking to him. And I remember he put his shirt up and Dr. Gonzalez, look, that's when Dr. Gonzalez noticed some bubbles coming out. That's when he said, well, that's bad because they probably grabbed their stomach. So we're waiting for the damn ambulance, and that's when Brody called Carlos, to the side. I was next to Carlos. Of course, my English wasn't that great, but I remember Brody talking to Carlos and tell my wife that everything's going to be okay. Tell my kids I love him. I mean, that I love her. I remember those words. And I was there shocked. And I remember, too, Jose coming out of the bathroom, the shower, coming out of the shower. And I stand up because my thought was, it's a fight. And you go to the fight to the end. So if he going to jump on him, he laying down here, I'm going to jump on Jose. That's what I thought, to be honest. And he just come out, go all the way around, pick his car keys, and walk this way and left the building. And so we stayed there with Brody till the ambulance arrived, and that ambulance was empty. Was the shits. Don't have what is needed. Now you have everything there, but by that time, nobody cares. You got cut, go to the hospital. If you cannot make it, that's your problem. That was like the wild west kind of. And I know, and the story is why Puerto Rico was like that, for so many years, and that's another story. But there, he come out, the ambulance arrived, and we help, the guys to put Brody in the ambulance.
They couldn't. So the little paramedics or they weren't strong enough to pick him up. Yeah.
No. So of course, like Tony says, Tony was there. I was there. The other guys, everybody helped. By the time the guys was arriving, more wrestlers was arriving to the dressing room. So finally, we helped Frank put it in the ambulance. He was so big, so long. He have to put his feet up and close, and they took him out. So Tony went with him. So we all in the dressing room down, because everybody's like, what the hell happened here? And even paint my face. I always arrive early, so the show is at 8:30. I arrive at 5 o'clock in the building. I was early, taking my time, relax, taking my time to paint. So that when that happened, I would sit down there I don't want to do nothing. So Carlos said, well, the show is going to happen, da, 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 da. So I start painting. All of a sudden here arrived Jose. he's back in the building.
But he came back after the show had began, right?
Yeah, because he's the one have all the finishes and everything. He was running the show. So yeah, he left the building, and I don't know, 2 hours later maybe he come back, like nothing happened. Of course, maybe in his head he's all over the place. I don't know. I'm not in his head, but he come back and give everybody what we're gonna do, and the show just let's go. It's like nothing happened here.
Yeah.
The police arrived. Tony talked to the police, and I was there with the what is it called? Jose sit next to me in that moment to give me what I'm gonna do, and I just looking at him like, I mean, damn. And I remember Tony was talking to the police with the greatness of I don't know who, the damn guy of the policeman don't speak English. Him and the other one, they both don't speak, or maybe they speak the language and they don't want to say it. I don't know. I'm not sure. But what I hear is they don't speak English. Damn. So I remember Tony Atlas saying to the police, he did it. He stopped him, Brody. He stopped Brody. And I remember Jose next to me, he say, what's going on with him? He won him. This happened the same to him. That's when he said. And I remember I just went to the side. He was sitting next to me. And I just started looking at him like, what the heck? What's going on here, man? And Jovica left a little bit after. Jovica was never in the dressing room. You never see Jovica in the dressing room? But
when I came in, I saw him and Carlos and they were all together.
In that there, yeah. But before than that, in other arenas or something, do you see Jovica in the dressing room?
I'd see him sometimes. He would come in sometime, but not much.
I never see Jovica in the dressing room. He come, take a leak, and go out. He never stayed.
Okay, so
that day he was there.
What do you think happened that night? See, I've thought about this for 35 years. And I finally come up that I think that night, and I don't know if Carlos was in on it. I don't think Carlos is in on it, or even Jovica. But I kind of believe now that Invader intended to do what he did that night.
Well, yeah. You know what he was doing? He hid the knife in the dugout in the tunneling where you're saying that knife was there. So he have in mind do what he did. Because if you're gonna have a fight with somebody, you start a fight because of discussion or whatever. Do you hide a knife because you have in your head what the plan you have in your mind or your heart? So he have in mind do what he have to, and what I hear is because the clothing that Brody was having, they tell him don't come with the short pants because they want the rest of the look, dressing nice, and Jose told him that don't come with shorts, and Brody a few times come with the long pants, Then later Brody arrived that day, I remember, in shorts. And that's when he got hot, but he have already in head what he gonna do. He have it because you're not planting the fucking knife there because you want to plant a knife. Please. Bullshit. So
did you go to that trial?
Yeah, of course. I remember the same night I went to the prosecutor's office and the police to talk to them about the incident. They have, you have to declarate. I finished there about 3:00 in the morning.
This was the next day, though.
Next day, though, but the same night after the show, I went straight to the police. They told me everybody. I don't know if you went there, but I
went the next day.
Yeah, so I went the same night. They took me there. So talked to the people. I did my declaration, and I went home. Next day, we have a show in Mayagüez. So I have phone at home, no text, no nothing by that time. So I went straight. I didn't even call nobody. I just went straight to Mayagüez. I arrived Mayagüez, put my bag in the dressing room, went straight to the front where it was Isaac Rosario, and I went to ask him if he know anything. That's when he say, Brody died.
Mm.
And I stayed there like, oh, I said, what? Yeah, he passed away. I'm like, holy God, you know, I'm like, I was still, you know. So I went back to the dressing room. I was there by myself. Nobody there. No baby faces. Nobody. The all the American guys stay in San Juan. I don't know nothing till here come Carlos arrived, Jose arrived, and Jose's and Carlos' brothers, Orlando, arrived. And here they come. I'm there like, you know, in shock. And I went to Carlos, you know, and I said, Carlos, do you know the Brody died? He said, yeah, we know. Jose was there like nothing happened, you know. And I said to him too, do you know that he passed? He said, yeah, if he born again, I do it again.
That's what he said?
Yeah, I remember. I sit down back in that seat there and stay there put. I was like digesting, and I don't know how to digest something like that. And I'm like, fuck. That's when they say, well, the show is canceled because nobody comes, you know, from the States, from San Juan. I get up, grab my bag, and fucking left out. And even said nothing to nobody else. I just went straight to my car and left. And I don't know. I don't have a knowledge of my way back, to be honest. I tried to think, but you know, I was in shock. I just drive to home. Now, tryout coming up. So they sent me a letter. You have to come out. They stay, blah, blah, blah. I went there many times, and many times they sent me go back home, come back tomorrow, come back next, you know, whatever day. Finally, they have me to talk, sit down there. And
these are the detectives?
Pardon me?
You were going for what? To give a deposition?
To the trial. No, this is the trial already.
Okay.
This is court. This is in court.
Uh-huh.
So finally, the day of yeah. So finally, they have me sit down there and ask, you know, your name, blah blah blah. And here come the prosecutor asking me. He say, "Well, you there that day?" Yes. What clothes the accused, you know, the Jose have? He have shirt like this and pants like that. I describe him. Okay. And he said, well, what happened? So I tell him what I saw. He's coming this way and coming this way, have a towel. He said, okay, about that towel. When you guys go to the shower, where you wear the towel? And he's doing this to me, you know? So that told me that I have to tell him, in the neck. But Jose have it in the arm.
Yes.
You know? So my answer was...
He had it on the arm covering up the blade.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what my answer to the prosecutor was so easy, and I believe he's the best one. I said, well, anybody carry his towel in anywhere you want to carry. You know, he's telling me in the neck. If you go to the shower, you put the towel in your neck. I mean, you want to have it up your ass, you have it up your ass. You know, you don't carry the towel, whatever, you know. So, and he's like, okay, no more question. Boom, he quit with me. This is the prosecutor from the state. All right, the lawyer come out, and what the lawyer says? Simple. I have no more question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right. So the judge said, well, Juan, if you want to stay, you could stay. If you want to go home, you go home.
So the prosecutor asked you three questions.
Get the hell out of here. That's it. And so when the judge said that, I said, I go home. I remember Dutch and people that are listening and watching. I remember one of the dates they canceled the tryout because I don't know what the heck, some bullshit. I went home, and I remember it was noon. Here, Puerto Rico is sunshine every day, and it's hot every day. And I remember it was 12 o'clock noon, and I was under a blanket, shaking like a leaf. I was going through shock mind, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I was I don't know what to say, stress. I was under pressure, big time. I was shaking. Remember, under a blanket, cold. I mean, my brain was. I mean, lucky I don't shut down or whatever. I know my ex-wife was with me, and she was calm down, and she tried to. I mean, we are puppies. We're what, 20, 22, 23 years, something like that. I don't know. So shaking with something that you don't want to leave through, and after I come down, relax, did my tryout, whatever, say what I have to say there. They send me back home till the news says he's free. So we are like a bullshit.
The jury, I heard, came back with a verdict in less than an hour.
I don't know the long time, to be honest. Don't have that knowledge in my head, because after I left, the only thing I see was the news on the paper, El Vocero, and that's what I was following the case. I refused to come back to court to see nothing. I remember after I finished, and the prosecutor and his lawyer said no more questions. The judge says to me that if you want to stay, if you want to go. So I left, and I went straight to the bathroom. When I went through the bathroom, they have a recess right there, and they went, Jose with the lawyers followed me to the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom. Here come Jose and grab my arm and shake my hand. He grabbed me. Yeah, I know. I don't even straight my. He just grabbed me and say thank you. When he said thank you to me, I look at him. I say, "Do you know he have a kid?"
Mm-hmm.
In Espanol. He was a father. That's what I said to him. You know he have a kid. He was a father, and he just turned around and left the bathroom. The lawyer says, "Hello, thank you to me," and left too. Thank you me for what? I mean, mm-hmm. I'm not plan. I'm not part of the plan. If it was a plan, I'm not part of the proof that they fucking have it. I don't know what you could call that. I'm not part of that shit. So by using the law, using the questions, using whatever they have, of course they're gonna have what they have. They're gonna have the question like he have. But telling you, I'm still in shock, brother. I'm still in shock. I'm still.
I try not to think about it anymore than I need to, but I wanted to bring that up. I wanted to get your side of it.